say things here, people will know who I am. I don't I don't want to say it, but there are some things you analyzed yesterday, but you know what? The truth is,
But
okay, let
it's
me just
just easily said anyway. So yeah,
I'll just give you I'll just give you a bit of an understanding, yeah.
go for it.
Pre After Obasanjo left, Nigeria was aligning towards China.
Hmm.
As we're aligning towards China, we're developing our infrastructure, we're selling everything to become privatized. We're
Right.
doing semi privatization like they did in China. The Americans realized that we're leaving. So those files you were reading the other day, or I think it was 2 days ago or yesterday,
Yeah, it was
you were
yesterday.
reading,
Mhm.
yeah. Most most people in the group took their money and hide in the Western world because they didn't trust the Chinese. The Chinese were willing to keep the money for them. If you remember, there was a time oil money was missing with the Chinese company.
I remember
The
that.
money was supposed to be kept there in the Chinese banks. However, because most African politicians were scared of the death penalty and nothing, they didn't want to put their money there. They wanted to put it in the Western world.
Because that's their own.
The American intelligence picked up that almost everybody have their money in the Western world. So they blackmailed everybody, both PDP and the opposition party members, forced them to work with whoever become your president now and get him into power. That's why you're going to keep seeing defection. If you notice, since Jonathan time, the rate of defection among political party members, key political party figures that you think that will never change, started shifting.
That's right.
They go wherever the power is
Mm, mm.
because there is credible files on them, how they got their money, where they got their money, and they are held in Western banks. And anytime they try to talk, they open their files for them and say, listen, you either do as we tell you to do,
You lose
or we seize your
everything.
money.
Hmm.
That's why you can see people keep parading, what's her name, the former oil minister, what's her name,
Yes, Zani.
the one they are parading in London. Was it Dezani that approved the oil? Was this Dezani that released the oil?
It wasn't. It
Was this
wasn't her.
Dezani that lost the ship?
Hmm.
She was not the only person involved. So you're dealing with a group of people that are under an influence and they cannot do otherwise.
Hmm.
Because, like I told you the other day, until
Yeah.
the day they get to a point where they can look beyond what they're going to eat and how much they're going to make and decide that even if I die, I would rather
I'll stand on the right of.
stand on it.
Hmm.
Yeah. And that is why they will never let somebody like Showore near that presidency. They will not let somebody like Peter Obi near there.
No.
The reason why I told people that the NSA is going to be the next president, because I know some things that most people don't know. He handed over the files to the people that are controlling the other people. And he's also had the file on himself. Where is the former EFCC chairman? Where is he now? Has anybody heard about him? He's still in prison. He's languishing in prison.
Hmm.
And nobody talks about it.
You mean Magu?
No, Mago, the young man that was running around from Port Harcourt that they made EFCC chairman during Buhari time. Where is he? Not Mago.
Oh, I actually heard that. Oh, what is his name again?
Okay.
Oh,
You remember, you know the guy I'm talking
I
about.
do. I do. I will try and remember
Yeah.
the name.
Yeah,
Hey, how did that just kind of disappear? But yeah, it was a crook himself too. When they
yeah, he
locked
was a
him up
crook.
in the Aso
No,
Rock as well, just like they did to
yeah, they're
Magu.
okay. Bawa. His name is Bawa. Somebody just put it there.
It is
Bawa.
Bawa. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Where
right.
is he now? How did that guy disappear from nowhere? You see him, he's gonna come back again. Once he agrees and sign the agreement, he's supposed to sign, release some of the money he has to sign. The whatever Western intelligence that has him will decide, okay, you know what, we'll support you and continue. That's why I say people like you I'm surprised that you're getting certain information that you're not supposed to get for some reason, but however you got them, I'm not gonna dispute and I'm gonna deny, but I will say there are things that people don't really understand. Like I said, the only people that will destroy the system are people from inside the system.
Themselves.
It takes one person to say, you know what, I'm going to get to the top and I'm willing to die. The question
So
people
that's
still have not
just
answered.
the whole thing.
Thank you. Nobody have answered two questions. Where is DNA report of how Abiola died? And where is DNA report of what killed Abacha? Until Nigerians know what killed those two people, what is holding them will keep holding them down. Go and check. The same people that came for Buhari's election came before Abacha and Abiola died. There was some particular government, Western government, that sent emissaries to Aso Rock the week the Abiola died and Abacha died. Before 2015 election, they sent emissary again. But this time not to Jonathan, but they sent it to somebody. And this is where Nigeria ended up. That's just my contribution for today. I won't take much of your time.
You've done well. I mean, we know we have a CIA asset to start with. We just don't know how many are there that have been strategically positioned in different parts of the country, including institutions, judges, and others, and
The
also
truth
the
is that
religious leaders
they're gonna
too.
pass. They're gonna pass the tax law. They're gonna pass all that tax law. They're gonna pass that tax law. They will pass the tax law.
We shall see. Thank you so much.
You see the tax law, they will pass it. What they're doing now is they're getting all the detail of all the northern elite. They're going to tell them, this is what we want. If you don't want it, all your assets will be seized. This one is crying about Tinubu trying to enforce new. They've already taken them over. The moment you put two emirs here, you've created the confusion you needed. He has a Diron to deal with. He has a
emir.
Yeah. Thank you. He's already done what he has to do. The only emir left now is Sultan of Sokoto. He's going to get rid of that one. If it was before, how many times Sultan of Sokoto goes to see Buhari? He hasn't come to Aso Rock anymore. But yeah, let me not take much of your time today.
Thank you very much.
You're doing fantastically well. Keep chipping on the wood.
Probably just expose too much in a way that it becomes so ordinary. I get you. Stay safe, man. All right. Thank you very much for calling in. Wow. So the line remained open to everyone who wants to add their own contribution again to what has been said, either tonight or even before tonight. But always remember, you should like the broadcast when you still can before the night finally wears out. Okay. Thank you so much to every one of you. And also a big thank you to that individual that just got me an added a cup of coffee. Thank you. So I do have another caller though. Hello.
So, Michael.
Oh, Charm. I thought you were on sabbatical.
You know, always on you.
I know you will always. So if you need a break, I've told you, please take a break. Or you always come back. Your Wala is not leaving us yet. So
no,
if you
not
take
yet.
a day, 2 days, even a week, whenever you return, you're still going to have to come back to the old mess, unfortunately.
My God, you know what kind of like broke my spirit. I don't know whether to say it broke my spirit, because I think listening to your show and all the interactions that we've had, it didn't come as a big surprise. But what further just I don't know did it for me was, after the news broke about Tinubu's status as a current and active CIA asset, right? I took a pause. A day after, I checked Arise. Nobody carried that news.
Yes.
Channels, nobody carried that news. Nope. And it was at that point I said, oh my God, if the all talking about Tinubu's current status as a CIA asset are independent media resources like yourself, David Udine, and all of that, and the main people that need to be discussing these things have kept mute, it's now obvious that we have a massive problem, yes. Right? And the CIA assets they keep talking about, and why they don't want us to know the details of all the other people is just like your previous caller said. We don't know how many people are their assets. We just know that it's been confirmed that Tinubu is a current and active CIA asset, yeah. But we don't know all his collaborators. right? And we don't know more. We can only allude to the fact that there are, just because of the way the country is at the moment, that there are multiple assets in that country working for the interest of this foreign
these
entities.
foreign agents. You're right.
Yeah, for these foreign entities, and you know what? Listening to everything just kind of like broke my heart, because it's like a lot of our people have gone to the afterlife, died, living and everything, believing that they had a country, when in actual fact, we don't have a country. We don't even have the basic freedom that is required to call ourselves citizens of a country, because we cannot say that we are free when we're not even allowed to, when we're not even in charge of who we elect, when the people who are being elected are the people that they want, right? It reminds me of that whole dynamic between the field Negroes and the house Negroes, right? Because as it is, what we're doing right now is electing it's electing house Negroes, right? Those ones that feel like, okay, they're now in the corridor of power, and then instead of them to help their own people, they do even worse just to please their paymasters. That's the situation that we're in right now in the country. And to see that you have the media entities who didn't say anything, right? Who didn't even call, even, like just even a little bit of a highlight. Okay, this is what is out there. This is what is trending, right? None of that. Silence. That was just, nobody said anything. And it was at that point I was like,
the audience is pretty much, the audience has been so saturated with other distractions. Somebody said the News Central carried it, or maybe just like briefly or something. Something like this is, if you look at the way CNN, your legacy media in America always operates, they can run for a whole week, a whole month.
Some things
they squeeze out information from the from this presidency themselves. You know that?
Absolutely. And it also sets the ball in motion for a lot of things. You can't have somebody in the highest office, right, being an active CIA agent. And in this 21st century, where they tell us about diversity and equality and all of that bullshit, right? But you're telling a whole people from a whole country that they are not entitled to know the details of that, your interaction with this person. How racist can you be? How dismissive can you be of over 200 million people who should know what the status of the people of the person who is occupies the highest seat in the office, what that relationship is with you, right? And how it impacts their own day-to-day living. We don't even need you to tell us. We see what is happening. The economy is practically destroyed. Anyway, the reason why I called today was because of Congress and the so-called northern elite, right? They've been ruling this country, but they've been in power for how many years? For decades, right? They've been in power for decades. They've impoverished their people. They've kept their people illiterate. They've kept them, what they call it, they've put them in a whole multidimensional mess. Like you said, they are the capital of the world's capital of poverty.
To put Nigeria on the map,
right?
Now, the poverty capital of the world.
The poverty capital of the world. Now, you're crying that somebody is coming to colonize the North, right? When you had it within your own power to ensure that even if you wanted to be discriminatory to the rest of the so-called Nigerian entity, but to your own region, you kept them underdeveloped, illiterate, impoverished. From every metric, your people are not doing well, right? The only people that are doing well are the so-called northern elites. Now, here comes in Tinubu with all his stupid tax policies, and guess what? You can't do anything about it, right? And then the people,
no,
well, the people that you could have relied on, if they had the education, if they had the literacy, if they had the exposure, you can't rely on them because they're illiterate. What do they know? What do you tell them exactly that is happening that will be able to, they have the capacity to understand? They don't. And this is as a result of their poor governance, even for their own selves. So they are now reaping the benefits of their stupid actions. And he's coming to cry. He hasn't started crying. You should go and buy buckets. The crying is still coming. The crying that is going to cry.
It's called you are in for a long thing. That's exactly what we are in right now. And nobody is going to be scared. Everyone
exactly. Nobody. And every single one of them is going to collect. And it will become more apparent to anyone who is watching the whatever is going on in the country, that the best solution is actually a separation. Whether we do it peacefully or whether we do it, the other way, is up to us. But that is what is going to happen. Anyone who is waiting for 2027 that they're going to run against APC, like you've been saying, you're just a joker. Just forget about it. You already have. You have the examples all around you. You have Edo State, you have Ogun State, you have all of these places, APC winning up and down the whole place, almost going unchallenged. And you think that when 2027 rolls around, you're going to have a chance. The chance that we have right now is to get Tinubu out of government, get him and all his merry men out of that place. Otherwise, you're just.
That seems to be
I don't know what
possible thing as we speak. Somebody said, you know what somebody said? They said, but Mayegu, don't forget that at a point, PDP was like this too. That they were so confident, right? That Nigeria will become a one-party state. That they were so confident that they actually announced that they will rule Nigeria for 50 years uninterrupted. But look what happened to them. I was like, okay, the difference is PDP self-destruct. APC, in this regard, will need to self-destruct as well, right? But
I don't even think that we even need APC to self-destruct. We just need the separation of the country, even if it's just for a time being. Whether it comes from whether it is facilitated by the self-destruction of APC, right? Maybe not. We don't know. But what is very clear is that we need to get APC out of there, Tinubu and his merry men, the people that we can already identify as useful idiots in whatever is in whatever is going on, because it's there. Your so-called pastors, your so-called imams and everything, people like Daniel Ball, all of these people that have made themselves visible that we know, even let me just tell you, Bianca Ono, that one, all of them, everyone that has put their hand in this government, everyone that we can identify is a useful idiot and an asset, and we don't need them in the next republic. That's my contribution.
I appreciate that. So I'll take another one. Somebody said that you are addicted to Mayegun, that's why you can't go yet. I was like, maybe not. Are we not all addicted to, to know what is going on? Anyway, Charm, you take it easy, okay, and have a good night. Here is another caller, and I believe this is Adeola. Hello.
Baba fan, wishing the share.
Wishing the so. Same, honestly. Same old. Inside.
My dad, my side they tight to. My side they tight. My side. I go where. Everybody they para tonight on top of everything on this CIA asset and all that kind of stuff, man. It is, every nation, that hasn't developed has CIA agents or CIA stations in all. A lot of African countries have a lot of CIA agents stationed in those places, and it's only with a trained eye you see a lot of Westerners that will come in the guise of investors, and they will infiltrate your media. So what Charm said is valid, because I also did the observation. All the supposed credible news outlets have not been able to, deliver that news of the documents released by the courts, which is unimaginably, disturbing. Yes. So this is not, Mayegun said it, or people are carrying rumors. These are valid court documents under the Freedom of Information Act that's been served, and it was a response from the CIA. So, Mayegun, let me not miss my point here. My point is, a useful exercise is to see the investors in our so-called media houses. You'll be shocked, Mayegun. I'm telling you, confirmer. You'll be shocked, the investors that hold a lot, of our media outlets. You will see a lot of silent Western investors, and that's what they do. They come into a country, they'll swamp your media, they'll invest in your media. So when you see someone, that is not your skin color, come into your country to invest in your media organizations, Baba Rono, they are who they are. They are CIA station, guys. That's what they do. They take over your media. So they make your country moribund. The news, see, Michael, I was talking to some of my friends, and they were like shocked. We don't even know that, this news broke out. They cannot know because their media has been captured. The media has been captured.
It's controlled.
Is controlled by foreign investors. And if you see, Michael, a useful exercise is to see those people pushing capital into our media organizations. You'll be shocked the identity. You'll be so shocked that they will come and say, oh yeah, we want to help you to train your blah blah blah. We want to give you capital. We want to give you blah, blah. By the time they invest heavily in your news outlets, you are beholden to them. There's only so much you can report. There are so many people that are compromised in the leadership system that are CIA agents. It's just who is who. There's some low-level agents, Nigerians that are reporting on a daily basis to their masters. So the only way is to break the whole system down. Tinubu, I said before, the last time, the Russian called them Police Durak. He's a useful idiot. He will continue to be a useful idiot until they don't need him anymore. And like I mentioned last time, Nigeria is